This is Tev's the Unknown, and I'm here with another prediction video. This one is for Clash in Italy for WWE. It is taking place May 31st on a Sunday, not a Saturday, and will be coming on ESPN for those of you in the States. Those of you internationally, will be on Netflix. It's 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. And I had to double check to make sure because did not want another thing to happen, another mishap to happen where I missed out. I was like an hour late. Like if anybody watched my Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns live reaction, oh God, bro, just like I thought it was coming on like an hour later than what it. I had it at 6, but it came on at 5. So basically, I was an hour behind, and just as I was like getting to the match, the part of the match where Jacob was like had that Tongan death grip on Roman, and Roman was starting to come out of it. I'm like, oh shit, something's gonna happen, something's gonna happen, something's gonna happen, and then it's like this event has concluded. I was like fucking scrambling after that to find it. ESPN wouldn't replay the shit for whatever fucking reason. But thank God for ESPN Deportes because that saved me. Viva la raza. And that one saved me. Um, and so I was able to go back to the spot that I was at on the other ESPN thing for Backlash. And I was able to finish my reaction, and that was it. So this time I had to make double, triple sure that I got the time right. So yeah. But I won't be doing live reactions for this one because it is like earlier in the day, and I wish I could, but I got stuff to do earlier in the day, and by the time I finish with that, I will not be ready to do any live reactions. I might be live tweeting though during the Clash in Italy, but as far and my X account is in the link to my YouTube channel, so it's right there. But yeah. So I might do live reactions later on. I don't know if I'll do live reactions until they get back because they're like to the states, maybe because they got stuff. I have to see. Honestly, I know Night of Champions is supposed to be another thing that's supposed to be like an early start time, so I have to see how things are for me and see if I can am able to do it by then. But definitely, I won't be able to do it for Class in Italy. I got a ton of stuff to get ready for, and I won't really necessarily be ready to do like live reactions. So without further ado, um, let's go ahead and jump into this. Becky Lynch and Sol Ruka. Let's go with these predictions. Um, so this one was added after Saturday night's main event, and can I just say, Saturday night's main event, this past one was actually the best one that I've seen in a long time. I think this one it was even a bit better than the John Cena, you know, Saturday night's main event. Essentially, that's what it was. Yeah, I mean, it's called John Cena's retirement thing, but it felt like it was a Saturday night's main event, just upped because of John Cena's retirement. You know, essentially. But I felt like that was the best one. Penta and Ethan to me was match of the night, and then followed by the actual main event of the match of the night, which was uh the Street Profits versus the Vision. That was great. I thought they were legit gonna want. I can't believe that Dawkins yeeted fucking Braun Breaker over the damn announce table. That shit was crazy. I thought they were legit gonna win, and then Paul Heyman put that fucker's foot on the rope. I thought, fuck, they lost, and they did. So I don't know where they go from here, but we'll see. Um, and then they had the 6 women match with Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea versus Jade and the Baddies. But you know what? I'm gonna save that for later. Right now, let's go ahead and jump right into this Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka, like I was going to. So, Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka was made after Saturday night's main event. Well, during Saturday night's main event, after their match, because Becky Lynch was getting her ass kicked by Sol Ruka and had to pull the referee in front of Sol Ruka to mess up not only the Soul Snatcher, which I can't tell if it was a botch or if it was meant to happen that way. Um, but that set up with Adam Pearce telling Nick Aldis to tell Becky that she will now be defending again her IC title against Sol Ruka. So, I could see where they're going with Sol Ruka. Like, if they want to do shock and awe, I mean, they could totally do that. But I just feel like Sol's not ready for that yet. And it's not like the Trick Williams situation. I feel like Trick was already ready. I think Sol's not there yet. I think she's getting. I think she can get there. Obviously, she needs more wins, but I just feel like she's not there yet. Where I say that she could just take the side off Becky Lynch, and then Sol Ruka going up against wrestlers that she does not have like poor against. I mean, she did have a great outing with Liv Morgan though. But I don't know. I can't see her winning and then having and most likely trying to do an open challenge situation because what baby faces with mid card titles do nowadays. So I can't see that happening. I just feel like Becky's going to win, and then maybe she'll go up against somebody like Io or even Stephanie Vaquer because I think Stephanie Vaquer is gonna come back. It's gonna feud with Liv, and she'll lose because you know I just feel like Stephanie Vaquer wouldn't beat Liv just because I feel like they just put the title on Liv and take it away from her. I don't know about that. I mean, I was rooting for Stephanie to win at WrestleMania, but they went in the other direction. It wasn't even Stephanie's fault. Triple H just fucking doesn't know how to book baby faces when they're in these damn feuds, man. It's like when the babyface is champion, it's like all of a sudden it's just like he tries to give him the Roman Reigns treatment, in which like saying, "Well, we don't really want them to defend the title all the like every PLE essentially," and it just feels like it's so out of place and it's so dumb. It's just like Roman did that because it makes sense for his character. He's like the big boss at the end. It made sense. Him not having these baby faces like defend their titles every PLE is what's hurting not only the title but the wrestler as well. So I felt like Stephanie got screwed over by Triple H's sorry ass booking. Same thing with Julia. Julia was a heel, and he still didn't book her right. It is I'm just it's absolute blasphemy to me that you don't know how to to book these women. But Shawn Michaels fucking killing it on NXT with the women's division. His women's division is probably the best ever because he knows how to book them. So I just feel like it's frustrating as shit. But anyways, I just feel like Becky Lynch will still be the champ by then. It just feels like Becky can still do like have those matches and still bring out the best to have those rivalries. I think Sol Ruka needs to build uh herself up to get up to that level to where she can win an IC title. Um I just don't see that happening right now. But I think this Becky Lynch feud is going to continue. Could it continue throughout the summer? Possibly. Maybe another 2 months of them two probably going at it, and Becky Lynch wins, and then you get Stephanie Vaquer versus Becky Lynch, and then you get Io going up against Liv, main event scene, possibly, but we'll see. But it just when I think about it more and more, it just makes more sense for Becky to go over than it does Sol Ruka. But I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to pull trigger and just say, let's just have Sol Ruka win, shock and awe in Italy, and see how she does. See, sink or swim. All right, next up is Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill for the WWE Women's Championship. We just saw them again. I was mentioning earlier. It was Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, and Rhea versus Jade Cargill and her baddies. This one's tough because you could. This is another one that can go either way, but this one is 52-48 either way. Rhea Ripley, Jade Cargill. Whoever loses this match is going to have to go into mid card mode. And I feel like Rhea is better suited to do the mid card stuff than Jade Cargill is. Because I just don't see any real. Because I think that's one of the things that SmackDown's problem is that their women's division has a lot of, I feel, prominent heels and not enough baby faces where you can say, "Oh, cool." I mean, Tiffany Stratton is a baby face, but I feel like she lost some steam after losing the title to Jade. I just feel like there's something that she needs to be built up, which is U.S. Championship. But that's also why I don't see Rhea losing because then you can have her against Jade, but then I just don't feel like Jade's the girl that can make the mid card title mean something. Essentially, though, I just feel like Jade is more suited and more built to be like in the main event picture more so. And don't crucify me for this, but I feel like Jade Cargill is just made for the main event picture, and I feel like Rhea Ripley can do the main event and be in the mid card again. I'm just saying. I'm not saying Jade's better than Rhea. That's not possible. She can get better, but I just feel like Jade is more made to be in the mid card. I mean, in the main event picture rather than and then be in the mid card and having to build that mid card up. I feel like Rhea Ripley, if she loses, she'll be fine because she'd go into the mid card and take the U.S. Championship off Tiffany and see and then go from there and then having these open challenges again because that's what babyface with open challenges do. And I just look at it from a logistical standpoint. If I'm going face value, I say Rhea Ripley wins. But I can see Jade winning. I can see Jade winning at Clash in Italy. And I say this only because to me there's just the women's division on SmackDown is so like out of flux, and they have Jordan Grace there, but then she's not really wrestling. Chelsea Green kind of is just there, and I love Chelsea Green, and I do feel like she will get into the main event picture eventually. But like I have Chelsea winning Money in the Bank. I think she deserves to win Money in the Bank. That's me, and eventually she'll get there. Now, I want her to have a moment, just not there. I don't know. It's tough. It is so tough. I don't know. Because then there's also Charlotte and Alexa, and it's about time that they split up because I don't see what else you can do with them. As much as I love and probably WWE and the WWE Universe loves Charlotte and Alexa, those two are baby faces. Like they can be up go up against Jade Cargill. And then there's looming Bianca. That's the Bianca situation. And Bianca Belair, congratulations to her and Montez having a baby boy. When she gives birth, and it's gonna take some time for her to get like ring ready because she's been gone for so long. On top of being pregnant, but even before she was pregnant because of the finger issue, it's going to be a lot. And there's that dream match that we've all wanted, the one-on-one dream match. Now I don't know if she'll be ready for WrestleMania the more and more I think about it, but sometime after next year's WrestleMania, we'll see. Um, but I just feel like that she is the one that's looming, and they've been waiting for Jade and Rhea for waiting for Bianca and Jade. That was the whole thing for this year's WrestleMania. Then the finger thing happened and never healed right. Then Bianca got pregnant, and so they gave the title off of put the title off of Jade and gave it to Rhea. And I feel like Jade and Bianca have that whole big three scenario, like the big three, because that's what it was. They were a thing until Naomi fucked it all up because she was jealous of Jade. So now, in Flux, Jade has created her own big three. It's a bit of a knockoff of Bianca and Naomi, but she made one. And right now, it's like Bianca, I guess she lumps Bianca in with Naomi for what happened. But for Bianca, it's more like you knew that this woman attacked you and you didn't say anything to me. So there's the story right there with those two. And it's box office to get both Jade Cargill and Bianca because they're both main eventers. However you feel about Jade, she just looks like the main event, and she's getting better and better in the ring. Especially in these one-on-one matches. And with Rhea, they look pretty good together. So it just would make sense. But then on the other side, you got Bianca and Rhea, and these two are like best friends behind the scenes. But also, this has been a match that WWE's been wanting for forever. Who's better, Bianca or Rhea? So that's tough. And I was just going back and forth, and I just feel like Jade Cargill is going to win. I just feel like that's what you're building up to. And then her and Rhea are going to continue the feud throughout the summer. Jade is going to win, uh, obviously by crook. And then by the time, I say that, and now I think about it. I'm thinking about the time because again, the end game is Bianca. So how long are you going to have Jade in the mid card and have to deal with bringing up everybody else? I mean, you're going to have her do like a Trick Williams situation where she ain't going to do those open challenges, obviously. But then you have to come up with women that can fill out the mid card that are great, you know, baby faces. And the only thing I can think of is, and then you got Blake Monroe coming, and she's obviously going to be a heel. So there's that. So for me, I feel like there's supposed to be some NXT women's call up, and I think I've read that somewhere. So that's the only thing that makes sense. Okay, so now I'm thinking about that. You got to think about the time. You got to think about the opponents. You got to think about everything going into this because it's so many implications here. So I said Jade. I'm switching to Rhea. That's it. That's my final. I think it makes more sense for Rhea to win because then she can hold on and she be the flag bearer of the championship, women's champion ship material on SmackDown, and Jade could do the whole U.S. championship. I'll defend it like whenever I feel like defending it and stuff like that. And then you got the NXT women's call ups because they're trying to make more room. I just feel like maybe we'll get Tatum and hopefully we'll get Tatum and Lola. I think Lola's definitely going to be here, but Tatum for sure. I would love to have her on SmackDown, and that'd be great. I don't know who else is going to show up. Kalani probably will eventually join as well. So yeah, I just think SmackDown is in need of kind of revamping their women's division. So I feel like that would be great to have. So at the end of the day, I think Rhea Ripley comes away with the win against Jade Cargill, just because it just makes more sense. But you could see why it could go either way. But I just feel like Jade eventually can return to the main event scene and then take the title off Rhea, and then her Bianca be it. But we'll see. But yeah, I think Rhea is gonna go over. All right, and we thought it was over, but clearly it's not. Brock Lesnar returned during Obafemi's Open Challenge and attacked him from behind like a blue punk, and now they got part two. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know if Brock Lesnar's returning because he wants to. There was a report, and I'm not sure. Again, take this with a grain of salt. That TKO was looking to sue Brock Lesnar for retiring early because they wanted him for um, SummerSlam in Minnesota, which I understand from box office perspective, but it just made it seem like he picked his guy Oba, and that's the guy's gonna go over. Because that being said, I'm gonna say this ends in a no contest. I think Obafemi and Brock Lesnar is going to end in no contest. It protects both of them from losing. I don't believe Brock Lesnar should win a single match in this feud. I do feel like Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi should be like a should just be an absolute drag out fight, and it starts off the same way um, WrestleMania did. But then because of what Brock Lesnar did, I just feel like Brock Lesnar and Obafemi is going to spiral out of control, and everybody's going to try to break it up, but they can't. We'll see what happens. Maybe Brock Lesnar puts down Oba, not beats him, but just beats him to the point where Oba may be hurt, and he'll take some time off, maybe a month or so, maybe a few weeks, and then after Night of Champions, he returns in July, and they have Oba and Brock go at it again. I would like for them to do King of the Ring, but I don't think they will. Um, yeah, this would probably be the easiest one for me. It just has to rule in a no contest because these guys just absolutely gonna beat the living shit out of one another. That that's it. That's it. I mean, that's it. That's probably the easiest one of this whole thing. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. Uh, it ends in a no contest. These guys just beat the shit out of each other, and the referee has no choice but to probably call it a no contest. Either they end up out of the ring like a double count out, or it just becomes where the referee can't control them. He just calls it like they're not listening to anything I'm fucking saying. So I'm gonna call it. But I do not feel, and I see people online say Brock Lesnar needs to win. No, he does not need to win a damn match in this feud. He just doesn't. I would love it if they just protected them both and just had this match end in some kind of no contest. So yeah, that's who it is. No contest. It's a draw. It's a draw, ladies and gentlemen. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. All right, moving on. We're gonna skip Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu because I feel like that's the main event. Cody Rhodes and Gunther probably will be actually the ones that start tonight. Cody Rhodes, Gunther. I would not be surprised if Cody won, just because if Randy Orton said that he's coming back for 15, so it makes sense if they wanted to redo Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton again, and this time Randy Orton wins. But then at the same point, you gotta say, what are you gonna do with Gunther? It's tough. That's tough. But see, here's the thing. I think Gunther could go in the main events, go into the mid card, and go up against Trick Williams. and seeing Trick being Trick, and Trick looked like he making babyface moves, so it makes sense if Gunther was to be the one to, because he doesn't like the what Trick is doing. It's kind of like what Sami Zayn's going through. He thinks that Trick's not taking anything seriously. He's making a mockery of things. And I feel like Gunther and Sami did have like a little interaction on SmackDown this past Friday, where Sami just let Gunther just choke the shit out of Cody Rhodes. And boy, oh boy. So Sammy's probably getting. Is it more complex? I don't know if he's going to be an absolute bad guy. I do have Sammy winning Money in the Bank after this. So if I'm going to go with that, and I don't know when CM Punk's returning, I think I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes. I just feel like Cody is going to win, and we're going to get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton again. And this time, Randy Orton wins his fucking 15th, like he should have at WrestleMania. And then Gunther goes into the mid card and goes after Trick Williams because he thinks Trick Williams is a mockery and of everything that he holds dear to wrestling. And I can see him. Again, that's something that makes sense for them, those two to be feuding probably throughout the summer if that were to happen. So yeah, Cody Rhodes beats Gunther, and then Randy Orton hits Cody Rhodes with an RKO out of nowhere, and making it abundantly clear he's coming for Cody's title again, and he will get 15. So that's that right there. All right, now for the main event. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. This one's an interesting one because I feel like, and this one with the return of Brock Lesnar, it affects the Roman Reigns Jacob Fatu situation. Hear me out. This is the World Heavyweight Championship, but it's also a tribal combat. Winner gets the title of Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu. Now, I said this in my live reaction of the Roman Reigns Jacob Fatu at Backlash. Uh, Roman Reigns cheated to beat Jacob. Let's keep it a buck. He did. And then it wasn't. And then it was like after the match was like after Backlash, after the Monday after Backlash. I was like, it was more like the Samoa Joe situation with Brock Lesnar, where he said, "You didn't beat me. You escaped. You escaped me." So that's what Samoa Joe had said to Brock after they had their feud, and it was true. Brock Lesnar escaped Samoa Joe, and I feel like this you can make the same argument with Jacob and Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns cannot beat Jacob Fatu. I mean, he beat Jacob Fatu, but if he was to go straight up and not try to cheat to win, Jacob would have won. I think Jacob would have won. And now there is no disqualification. This is a tribal combat, and Roman Reigns is 2-0 in this. And I think for the first time, I'm going to make a bold prediction and say that Jacob Fatu walks out World Heavyweight Champion. And not only that, I know people want to say Zilla Fatu is going to get involved. I don't think that's going to happen. But there could be a shift eventually. And it would make sense if the Usos backed Fatu. Because he literally whooped all their asses. And it took all three of them to come in there and beat Jacob Fatu up and lay him out. And he was still moving after that and made them and called out Roman and made the match for tribal combat. I mean, there is a scenario where I can see the Usos betraying Roman Reigns. But in that same breath, I don't think they would. But I can see the Usos, I feel, will get involved somehow in this match. I think there's just no question. The only thing that comes to mind is it going to be an aid of Roman Reigns or an aid of Jacob? So we'll have to see what happens on this Monday. I'll probably upload this video for Monday. Um, But yeah, we're just gonna have to see what transpires, what happens here, because again, the more I think about it, and the more thus Brock Lesnar affects the Oba family situation, uh, probably no King of the Ring. I feel like Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns, and they're gonna be feuding throughout the summer. I just don't see Jacob losing another match. I mean, it just further hurts his whole wrestling. It just further hurts his rise. So I feel like Jacob Fatu's winning this match. Jacob Fatu will be and Roman Reigns will have to, for the first time, not be called the Tribal Chief, and him trying to get back the Tribal Chief name is crazy. But that makes sense. Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Eventually, Roman Reigns will have to acknowledge Jacob Fatu, and then Roman Reigns goes away for a while. And this is probably why we get The Rock eventually. If they're going to build to The Rock and Roman Reigns, then you say The Rock saying that basically you gave up on that tribal chief, so you would have done anything to have gotten it back. Excuse me, and you didn't. You let him have it. And Roman's gonna be like, I didn't let him have it. The motherfucker beat the shit out of me. So if you want to go down that route, have Roman Reigns versus The Rock without the title, that makes sense. And then eventually you can get Jacob Fatu and Oba Femi at WrestleMania, where Oba Femi wins the title off of Jacob. But Jacob Fatu being that guy, that unbeatable guy, and then not only that, either having the Usos or creating his own little bloodline. And I think his bloodline would be different because not only would it have people that is his blood, but people that he trusts, like Royce Keys. Um, and I don't know if they can bring Zilla. I know everyone wants Zilla to show up. I don't know if that's gonna happen. But I do feel like Jacob is going to win this one. And that's my bold prediction because that just makes more sense to me. Because after that, what are you gonna put? Where are you gonna put Jacob? You gonna send him back to SmackDown? I don't think so. I, although we never got to the story of who the hell took out Jacob Fatu, and I'm pretty sure it was fucking Randy Orton. So unless you're planning to go down that route, then I just feel like Jacob Fatu is going to be Roman Reigns, and then Roman Reigns will have to deal throughout the summer of trying to get back Tribal Chief, and he will not win. And those are my predictions and winner predictions for Clash in Italy. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Um, I got again. Let me go over this. I got Becky Lynch beating SOOO for the IC title. I got um I got Rhea Ripley beating Jade Cargill. That was 52-48. I got Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. That's gonna end in a no contest to protect both wrestlers. Then I got Cody Rhodes beating Gunther because I think Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton's happening again. And I just don't see Gunther and Randy Orton happening because then that puts a heel in a heel, and I just think Randy Orton going after Cody Rhodes makes the most sense, especially after what happened at WrestleMania, and he'll get his 15th there. And Jacob Fatu beating Roman Reigns in tribal combat for the World Heavyweight Championship, and to call Tribal Chief. And I think it'll be a lot more interesting to see if Roman's gonna acknowledge Jacob Fatu. I bet you Jacob Fatu gonna have like an acknowledgement ceremony, and see if Roman Reigns is actually gonna be a man of his word, since he said Jacob wasn't a man of his. Let's see if Roman lives up to that. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know actually in the comment section how y'all feel about uh Clash in Italy build, and who do you think will win in each of these matches. So let me know in the comment section. And as always, guys, I truly appreciate all the views and all subscribers. It really truly means a lot. I'm gonna try to do actually I want to try to do a live stream, an actual live stream for an event for a WWE event soon. But again, I gotta try to figure out how to get more to build up the speed in this where I'm living right now. It's kind of hard. Um. Anyways, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. And as always, you guys, please stay safe. Share some moments you have with your loved ones. Cherish your loved ones. Please take care of yourself. So, so important. Mentally, physically, however, take care of yourself. Um, and go out there and make your dreams come true because you only got one life to live. And we're living on borrowed time. So we got to make the most of it and appreciate everything you do have. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't appreciate the things we have, and there's people in this world that would love to have what you have, the things that you take for granted. So, yeah, be more appreciative, you guys. And with that being said, as a wrap for me, I am, yep, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm messing up right here. All right, you guys, stay safe out there.